Russian air defense systems take down 4 U.S. missiles in the last 24 hours, along with drones and advanced military tech. Russian forces face major setbacks in Donbas region as deadline to capture territory looms. Is Russia's Burevestnik missile the super killer weapon the world feared? U.S. intelligence agencies express worry as Russia suspends participation in the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. Iran's new cruise missile can reach U.S. military bases in Israel. Is war imminent? Enjoy watching and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on important news. Russian Defense Ministry reports destruction of U.S.-made weapons in Ukraine. On Friday, the Russian Defense Ministry alleged that 4 HIMARS missiles produced by the United States were taken down in the previous 24 hours. During a press conference in Moscow, Igor Konashenkov, a representative of the ministry, stated that in addition to the 4 HIMARS rockets, Russian air defense systems had shot down 6 unmanned aerial vehicles. Konashenkov added that the N/TPQ-36 counter-battery radar system produced by the United States, the Krab self-propelled artillery system made in Poland, and the M777 artillery system, also manufactured by the United States, were destroyed. On February 24th of the previous year, Russia announced its special military operation in Ukraine, which, according to the most recent UN data, has resulted in the deaths of at least 8,006 civilians and 13,287 injuries. In which year? Ukrainian soldiers in Donetsk mocked Putin's order to capture Donbas by March. With Vladimir Putin's deadline to capture the entire Donbas region by March fast approaching, Russian forces are facing challenges, and there's little sign that they'll have any good news for their leader. This is especially evident among Ukrainian troops on the front lines in Donetsk. We haven't heard anything about Putin's order to capture Donbas here on the front line, soldier Serhiy Volkov told Kyiv Post. By the end of March, in which year? Concerns of a massive Russian offensive to mark the one-year anniversary of the full-scale invasion have faded, as it has become apparent that the Russian military does not presently have the capacity to launch one. It's not possible, Volkov said. They would need hundreds of thousands of servicemen to be sacrificed in the Donetsk region alone. According to the AFU soldier, the Russians are suffering significant losses where he is fighting, and Russian military authorities aren't even counting the dead, keeping the Russian public in the dark. Dead Russians are already piling up in overcrowded morgues and on the streets. In some positions, they don't even collect their dead, he added. Another 200 to 300,000 dead won't matter to them because the Russian people will be kept in the dark about this information. Volkov stated that the current Russian offensive in the east is mostly ineffective. The Russians may seize a hamlet of 5 homes, but at the cost of a large number of dead and wounded. Sometimes they fight for months to capture 2 homes in a village, he explained. Russia already has the Skyfall, an unlimited-range cruise missile. Moscow or Russia. Earlier reports from various sources, citing an insider at the Russian Ministry of Defense, indicated that the 9M730 Burevestnik missile, known as SSC-X9 Skyfall in NATO reporting name, Burevestnik means petrol in English, is now in Russia's possession. Furthermore, the military department even showcased the facility where these missiles are manufactured. As per the announced specifications, the Burevestnik missile features a pulsating nuclear air-breathing engine and is powered by an entirely new set of physical principles. It also comes with an exceptionally unique warhead and has a nearly limitless flight range, capable of traveling at a speed of Mach 0.9 to 1.0 and patrolling specific areas before advancing towards the target upon command. Moreover, the missile operates at a low altitude, hovering at an elevation of 30 to 60 meters above the patrol site, avoiding any adversary air and missile defense systems, which enhances its stealth abilities and makes it impossible to intercept. Russian President Vladimir Putin himself confirmed this fact in 2018 during his message to the Federal Assembly. Back then, Western experts unanimously dismissed the Burevestnik as science fiction and Putin's cartoons. However, as U.S. intelligence agencies closely monitor Russia's latest weapons tests, they have shifted from mocking Russia's combat-ready Burevestnik to expressing worry. On February 21, Mr. Vladimir Putin declared during the Federal Assembly message that Russia would suspend its participation in the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty START 3 and put the latest land and sea-based strategic systems on combat duty. According to a report by the U.S. Congress, Russia possesses new super-killer weapons across the country, including the NATO-coded Skyfall ballistic missiles, as reported by India's WEO News. The report also pointed out that the U.S. Strategic Command has confirmed it lacks such weapons and cannot develop them in the near future. Hence, continuing the previous START 3 agreement with Russia would not be sensible, and a new treaty needs to be signed, which comprises the most recent Russian strategic models. Therefore, as WEO News wrote, Washington is formulating a new agreement that will solely benefit the U.S. and limit Russia's opportunities. Nevertheless, both the old and the new U.S. START treaties seem to be now ineffective. Recently, Antony Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State, expressed his regret over Russia's decision to withdraw from START and stated that the U.S. is willing to engage in negotiations with Russia on arms control whenever necessary. However, it is unclear whether Russia should even consider the White House's proposal at this point. Iran unveils new Pave cruise missile that can reach Israel. On Friday, Amir Ali Hajizadeh, the chief of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps Aerospace Force, unveiled a new cruise missile with a range of 1,650 kilometers, 1,025 miles, in an interview with state television. The missile, called the Pave, was shown flying low over terrain before hitting a target. Hajizadeh did not provide any further details about the missile besides its range. The Iranian Guard had previously stated that they possess cruise missiles with ranges of up to 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles, and missiles with ranges of up to 2,000 kilometers, 1,250 miles, which can reach U.S. military bases in the region and Israel, the country's archenemy. During the interview, Hajizadeh also reiterated Tehran's desire to kill former U.S. President Donald Trump. Reuters news agency reported on Hajizadeh's announcement. The footage of the Pave cruise missile was broadcasted by state television. Iran's creation of indigenous military technology, such as unmanned aerial vehicles, ships, planes, and electronic equipment, has caused increasing alarm worldwide. Additionally, there are concerns that Iran may provide other weapon systems to Moscow, following its supply of suicide drones to Russia for potential use in Ukraine. The missile program of Tehran has long been a concern for Israel, the region, and Europe, not only because of its conventional capabilities, but also because it could potentially be utilized to launch nuclear weapons should Iran acquire them. Israel has constantly warned about Tehran's missile program. In 2018, the United States, under the leadership of former President Donald Trump, withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal, stating that the agreement was too feeble and did not address Iran's missile development. Since then, the U.S. has reimposed harsh sanctions on Iran, leading to Tehran's decision to start enriching uranium up to 60% purity, a short technical step from the 90% needed to produce an atomic bomb. During an interview with state TV on Friday, Hajizadeh, the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps Aerospace Force, unveiled Iran's new Pave cruise missile with a range of 1,650 kilometers. He also reiterated Iran's desire to kill former President Donald Trump and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, blaming them for the assassination of Iran's Quds Force commander Qasem Soleimani, who was killed in an American drone strike in Baghdad on January 3, 2020.